Okay, hello, yes, it's Joe here from Joyrider TV, and yes, I am at Nacra headquarters in The Hague, and we are about to take an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour. Okay, so let's go inside.
Hello.
Hello.
Joe.
Nice to meet you.
Good to have you here, Joe.
I'm here with Wouter, who is our official tour guide for this behind-the-scenes look.
So, of course, this is where we have our offices. We work as a sales team together. So we have 2 colleagues working here every day, full time. Then we have here our colleagues doing the parts department. At the moment, we have Svea available for today. Hello, Svea. We will walk to our working space. If we have a look at the right, firstly we have our stock facility. Here we keep all the stock of the boats. For example, our second-hand boats or our charter boats that we have here. Then we move over to the mast department. Our masts are produced and packed internally inside of this area. We produce them with our own jigs that we have made for every type of boat that we produce.
What do you think, what boat would this be for, do you think?
I think this is a 15. Is it all the way over there?
Oh, right to the end, yeah.
Yes?
Okay.
Then we close everything.
Yeah, I'm doing my apprenticeship at Nacra to see if I can get the job as a mast driller.
Then we can drill all the holes that are prepared over here. And then we need to also drill the holes on the other side of the mast. Stir the mast over. So we can drill the holes on the other side of the mast.
Pretty cool, I think you'll find. And
now we can drill all over here and all on the lowest part.
So, like where the holes are here, that would actually be to drill through these holes.
Yeah, actually through the holes on the same angle. These ones are actually for the gooseneck, I think. No, I'm not right.
Yeah, I think you are.
I think I am.
Because this would be for the downhaul, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and then we can always, flip it over again and move over to the other side to drill the other holes that are now on the top part. So over here we go to the jigs that we have made for the bowsprits, mostly. As you see, we have all the type of bowsprit ready for making the bowsprit itself. It's the same idea as we made for the mast.
Okay, so the cross beams for the boats, are they pre-cut when they come in?
That's a very good question. No, they are not. They all come in the same length almost. So for every boat we have to cut them in the exact length that we need them. So I can show you, of course, how we do that. For example, this will be the back beam. So this will be the one from the back. We will have to lay it on our sawing table. Then we are able to measure it. So we have to check 250 and a bit. So we can have a look for which one we are making this. This will be for a 21. So we can cut it from now and make it usable for a Nacra 20. Okay,
so cool. I can see here we've got a wall of dolphin strikers.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. Yeah, we have all the dolphin strikers for our boats. But actually it's quite funny because always when the dolphin striker is on tension on the front beam, you think it's really, really strong. But actually when you look at this and it's still on the rack, you can almost like break it when you press it enough.
Yeah.
Optimally, you want to do it yourself because when you're mounting the boat with the hulls together, you want the beam to be flat because otherwise you put the beam bolts under a certain amount of an angle in the boat. So the best will be to have non-tension on the dolphin striker when you're mounting it on the boat. So just loosen up the top bolt so it will get down and it will loosen its tension. Afterwards you screw it up and you tension it up again. So after cutting, we're going to the assembly of the front beam or the rear beam. At the moment we are looking at all the parts that we put on that are possible to put on the back of the front beam normally. So we have all this right in front of you when you assemble the beam. So we are able to basically attach everything here. You can get a rivet here. You just take the rivet. You have the tie button for the trampoline. We have all these holes on the back side where you put the trampoline to tension it. You attach it to it.
So you've got to tell me what's in the box.
So actually in these two boxes are the parts for one complete boat. Normally we deliver the boats in complete of total of 5 boxes. So 2 hardware boxes where are the sails, the beams, all those separate parts.
Like the rudders, the dagger boards, things like that.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah. Is there an option when somebody purchases a boat from Nacra that they can have it already assembled?
Of course, everything is possible, but mostly this happens with customers that pick up the boat here on location, because shipping the boat, having it already assembled, it goes mostly wrong with damages on the way over there.
Yeah, of course. So in the boxes, your boat will arrive in perfect condition every time, guaranteed.
For sure.
Excellent.
So now we are arriving in the rigging department. Here's where we make all the shroud, forestays, bridle wires, jib halyards, and all that kind of metal wires that we supply. So all our rigging is exactly the same size as we have promised you to be for your type of boat. So here we have Jos, my favorite colleague of the company. He is the expert of all the rigging that we have, and he's showing us how it actually works to squeeze a wire together.
Okay, now here it goes. Close your ears. It's a pressure of 2000 kilos. Pressing on the metal so that the cable won't go away.
How many times you have to do this? 4 times?
2 times.
2 times.
To make it more around. So, finished. Next one.
Cool. So are these boxes of parts ready to go with new boats?
These boxes are completely ready to go for new boats. Yeah, indeed. They are collected here and made specially for every boat type.
So we've got on this rack here tiller crossbars and booms. So we saw where they got assembled downstairs, quality control in the bag, then up onto the rack.
So now we come to the rudder blades and dagger boards department. Over here we have the Nacra 17 rudder blades. Those are made from fully carbon, and they only need to be fitted with an elevator underneath. We will show you in a bit. We also have the Nacra 16 C-foil. There's a very nice carbon finish on the end, and it's curved. Then we have the Nacra 15 C-foils. They produce a little bit of lift for the boat, so that makes the boat a bit skimming instead of laying inside of the water. that will produce more speed and a bit of lift. For the Nacra 15, we also have, for some people that are interested in the FCS model, that means that you are going to foil again. It's the same as the 20 and the 17. So you will be able to foil on a single-handed boat. As we just saw as the Nacra 17 rudder blade, it was completely straight and you need to fit it extra with an elevator. For the Nacra 15 FCS, the elevator is kind of already on the rudder blade, so you will not be needed to put an elevator or change it during the time. So the last daggerboard that we haven't shown yet is the F18 daggerboard and the F16 daggerboards, because in the class legal they have to be straight. And of course they are quite long. As you see, I'm 185. This one is really longer than me. So having a lot of pressure on your daggerboards, you can really good at upwind.
Okay, so what I'm holding here is clearly a beast. This, I believe, is a foil for a Nacra 20 FCS, and it is massive, and you can really see the quality of the construction here, and she's a fair old weight. What do you think, about 10 kilos, one of these?
I think a little bit more. I think 15 kilos for one foil is approximate weight to be accurate. Yeah?
Yeah, the amount of stress that must go through this when the boat is foiling.
It's a lot. It's actually a lot, because it's a 3-point foiler. So you have 2 rudder blades always on in the water, and the wind in the wind side is always moving up. You have a lot of stress and force on the foil. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Walter, yours is small.
Yeah, this is a smaller one. Now it looks really like microscopic a little bit, but it's this normal one for the 17 actually. So this is the older version, but it's still the same shape at the moment. But they have a quite smaller one, a little bit less stiff and less thick. So it's a bit lighter, but of course they are sailing with a 4-point foiling, so they have to have less power on one foil. So over here we come to our Batten department. For most of the models that we mainsails that we sell and jibs, we have sets available ready for all the boats. Some systems have the tension system, so you can tension it with an Allen key, and some of them have the well-known rope system with the hole to do it the old style way. We have all sets ready to go, but sometimes we have to make it custom because people have mainsails that are quite old and we don't have them ready in stock.
So we've got here the Batten sets, which could actually be in the Nacra 17 that wins the next Olympic Games. You'd hope that they've sold these ones before then, but I can see you've got 3 different I can see that you've got 3 different sets there. What's the difference between those?
Yeah, that's a small difference, but it's very important in the Olympic class. Every small detail counts there. We have the standard set, Batten set. Then you have all of the battens. So those are 7 battens. Then you have the top 4 battens you're allowed to change. And actually what you are changing is the stiffness of the batten. So you can go with a regular one, with a red one that's extra stiff, and with the green one that's a little bit softer. Okay. And then actually what you change is the top 4 battens of the boat.
Okay, so you make the parts downstairs, you carry them upstairs, and then you have to carry them back downstairs?
That's a good question, Joe. That doesn't sound convenient, either to me. What we actually do is indeed we carry everything upstairs. After that we place it all in the boxes that we prepare for each boat, so we can easily slide this to ourselves. Nice. And completely pack it with all the parts for the boat. And then we use the forklift that is able to grab the box from the back and to lift it downstairs to easily have it downstairs again. So in every sail we always also need stickers, numbers, country codes, sometimes also country flags. We all stack them and store them in our simple rack over here. So we have all these numbers that we can have. And for example, the flag that we can put in the third panel of the mainsail, make it to everybody well known from what country you're from.
Do you assemble all of the small parts, all of the rudder systems here, or is it just these ones specifically?
Just these ones specifically.
Ah, okay.
Just you know, normally this bench is only producing some small stuff, and this update has brought the Nacra 17, just for your knowledge also, brought the 17 to a next level, because with this system you have the differential, so you can change the left and the right side differently. In the beginning it was the same, and now you can change them. So that's the big thing with these units.
Yeah, so all of the component parts for these units would be in a box like this, and then somebody would assemble them and then put them here ready to go.
So we just arrived in our spinnaker spot. We have all the spinnakers stored here and in stock. We just launched the new colors for the Nacra 15.
So are these the much talked about new black Nacra 15 sails?
Indeed, yeah, they are. Yeah. So these are brought out, I think, 4 or 5 weeks ago, and we just started producing them and supplying them to the whole world. Yeah.
Nice. So those pictures from the Nacra 15 start lines are going to start looking a bit different.
A bit different, yeah. Hopefully white and black, you know. Firstly, a bit of both, but eventually that will be all black at one point.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so and I see you've got a lot of Nacra 17 sails in stock compared to everything else. What's the reason behind that?
Also, a good point. Yeah, we have also updated the Nacra 17 sails. We updated with a reinforcement, so the sails are stronger. 17 sailors are putting a lot of Cunningham on the sails, so we saw more damage than normal, so we have reinforced them and make the decision to help them and make the sails last longer.
Here we are with the small parts department, where all of the nuts and bolts, all of the small parts that either go to make up the complete boat or that might be sold as spares. Then we've got a whole wall of Hague parts, more and more parts. There are a lot of parts that go in to making these boats work. Now, what's quite interesting is Nacra is still carrying some spare parts for Prindle catamarans. Prindle rudder stock, anyone? You know where to get one now. And news just in, I've just heard this, but Nacra are talking about, because it's the 50th anniversary, bringing back the Nacra 15, a limited run of manufacture, brand new boats in yellow with the classic coloured sails. So put it in the comments if you want one.
Most of the lines come in ready to go for selling and use on the boat, but we also make our own ropes and we cut them to our own lengths. We use this department for that. We have our own lines that we can choose for ourselves to use on the race boats and to cut and splice in-house.
Thank you so much for the tour. This has been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to getting out on some of these boats.
Yeah, but we're not done with the tour inside now.
But surely we've seen everything.
We go upstairs. Let's go. This is the sail loft where we make and repair all the sails that we currently sell. From Olympic ones to the 500 from 1900. We can make everything and repair everything in-house.
Okay, so the process would be that first the panels get cut out from computer software with this precision cutting machine, where the cloth is actually sucked by air onto the table so it can't move, to make sure that every single panel is absolutely cut perfectly. From there, onto table number 2, where the panels are glued together, or it might be one of the other tables as well. And then, as you'd expect, after they've been glued, down to one of the sewing machine operators to stitch them together. Here is a F18 Evolution mainsail, partially constructed. I dare say in the next few days this one will be finished and out there with a boat ready to race. This really is an amazing facility, and looking from the outside, you wouldn't believe that this was actually here, but a full sail loft which actually makes the sails which are raced in the Olympics on the Nacra 17. This is amazing.
So we just come here to our second warehouse. Maybe you guys were thinking we have missed an important part of the boat that we've just not seen yet. Let's have a look.
Okay.
Let's push it open. Here we have all our hulls in stock. We keep them here in the boxes separately for each type of boat that we have. So all the hulls are imported from Thailand to the Netherlands in these boxes. Every boat will be delivered the same.
Can't help but notice you have got, there must be, what, about 500 hulls in here?
I think that's quite a lot, but we have enough for some small period of time. Yeah.
So why is it that you have so many hulls in stock?
So now on this way we can make sure we can deliver and supply straight on time, and we only have to produce the aluminium parts and all the other parts that we just saw in the video. So and because these have to come all the way from Thailand, it will take like half a year to arrive. We always keep them in stock to be ready for a delivery.
Good plan.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're almost there, but there's quite a few boats assembled outside your facility here. Are all of these boats for sale?
No, yeah, of course all the boats are for sale. We have a couple of demo boats that we're currently using to try out and to try new parts and components to add to the boat. Also some charter boats that we are going to use this year and upcoming season for chartering to teams that want to join the regattas. And also we have some changed in boats, second-hand boats that are for sale, standing out here to show that to the public and the customer.
And they're listed on the website?
Exactly, they're listed on the Nacra Sailing website on the used boats, so you can have a look at them at any time or pass by and check it yourself like you.
Yeah, cool. So Walter, thank you so much for this tour. It has absolutely blown my mind. All right, so we've seen the facilities, we've had a look at how the boats are put together. Now, let's take a look at how the boats are in action. So click on this next video to see the Nacra 500. If it's not there, it's because I haven't made it yet, because it's actually only Monday. Thanks, Walter, and we'll see you soon with some more on Joyrider TV.
Thank you.